Hey everybody, so apologize about the fan. It gets hot down here, like I said in the previous video. First off, before I get to this review, I want to let you guys know something. The reason the comments are off is I had a channel once before with the exact same name, and I was at a very high point, and then a bunch of people ruined it for me. So I started a new channel under the same name, which is the one that I'm on, which is this one here. This was years ago, and I decided to take the comments off just for safety's sake, so I don't have to deal with that toxic energy again. I do apologize. I know you guys want it. I know some of you that are watching this are probably wondering why. This is why I don't want to deal with the toxic. I don't need that again, because it put a lot of strain on me and a lot of, and for a while it destroyed my love for making videos. Even though I recreated the channel, almost right away, I wasn't really trying to make videos up until you guys see the first Searching Sparks video. Yeah, and again, I'm still paying my friend back for that, for that card. So, like I said, once it's all paid off, I'll do that video showing off the binder and showing you guys everything. So that's about the Searching Sparks, and that's also telling you why the comments are off, because I don't need to be dealing with that toxic kind of situation again, where it tends to target something that I love to do, which is make content. So there you go. Alright, now that that's out of the way, I have in front of me the Lightspeed Zords from Lightspeed Rescue. Now I will not be now I'm not doing the Super Train. The Zords that I'm going to be doing are sitting inside the Super Train. It's the Lightspeed Rescue Megazord. I just thought I'd bring this out to show you guys what I have. They're sitting inside the train, and I'll review them, and then later on I'm going to review the train and review this guy whose name in American escapes me, and name in Japanese escapes me at the moment, so I'll do more research before that. But yeah, so I do have him, as well as these and the Zords. Things are missing from the Zords, obviously, because I got them used. As you guys can see, the antennas are missing, which is a common thing to be missing with the Super Train. And the regular Zords are missing the sword. So he's not missing anything because he came complete in box, which was rare for me to find for the price that I found him for. But yeah. So I'm going to take him I'm going to take him, put him off to the side. I'm going to take each one of these and put them off to the side, and as I pull out the Zords, I'm going to show off the Zord and what it's capable of doing. Yeah, and where its compartment is on each tray. The only reason I'm not keeping the train in the background is there's too much, there's not enough room for them all. With the RPM go-onger thing, that was the largest table that I actually have for reviews that I used. But that table has currently got stuff on it, so I can't be using that for this. And even then, I don't think the entire train would fit on there. This train, when linked together, is massive. All right, so we got number one. We got the first, and it's been a while since I've seen Lightspeed Rescue, so if each one of these Zords has their own name, I do apologize, I do not remember it. This was a last minute decision to do this video. I was debating on it, And I was gonna do these guys. I was gonna do Tokuger, but I want to wait. I want to do something special for Tokuger before. I want to get a special setup done for Tokuger before I review it. So, yeah. All right. So this is the. This is Rescue. This is Lightspeed Rescue Zord number 1, the fire truck base sword, and we have a really cool mechanic that I actually like, which is right here. How they can extend out well past this to be pretty much become ladders. We see that in the show. So there's that. The only thing missing, like I said, is 2 things are missing from this set, and one of them is the sword, obviously. So yeah. But yeah, so those roll, as most of them probably will. See the nice detail here. No lights and sounds, but for this size, I'm not surprised. It's got some heft to them, so I'm not sure if this is the Japanese version or the American version, because I got it without the box. I think it's the American version, but either way you look at it, it's still heavy. So, yeah. So there's number 1. I'm going to put them off to the side for now. We're going to bring in number 2. And the Super Train, and the second Super Train Zord. The Super Train Zords will be their own review eventually. But right now we're just doing these. Alright, let me get this. Put this one off to the side here. And as you can see, one of the things that's missing also is the water guns, but they would sit right here, and this is number 2, which is, I think, mostly a water transport truck. I'm not really sure. I'm just guessing at that. But the guns that go here would shoot water out. I'm going to try and see if I can find a pair of those, or get them 3D printed, or get a pair 3D printed, whichever is going to be cheaper. Yeah. And yeah, so there's him. And again, rolls. Doesn't do real good on this, but it does roll. Alright. And number 3. And we got number 3 here, which sits in this compartment. Which is the Green Ranger's Zord. Which flies. I do not have the piece that attaches to this to lift the red Zord. That's the other thing that was missing. So like I said, a few pieces are missing, not much. Yeah, but it has the right there and there. Yeah, and this is pretty cool. I do like this. This was an interesting take on the Zord. No wheels, just lands. And slides. It can slide. not very well. Alright, we're going to move on to number 4. Yellow Ranger. Lightspeed Yellow's Zord. That was actually smoother than the other two. And it's based on some kind of trend. It's got a grab gimmick here, so yeah, I'm not sure what kind of truck this is based off of, but yeah, they're all based off rescue vehicles, so I'm not sure what this one's based off of. You can tell it's old. You can tell it's old. It's faded right here, but yeah. There's the gimmick for that one. And again, before I forget, rolls really well. And finally, number 5. Finally, Lightspeed Rescue Zord 5. Now this one is an obvious ambulance. It's an inspiration. And has a ramp in the back here. There. And I remember seeing in the show how this ramp, how the cars actually piled up on the inside of him, on the inside on shelves that clearly we do not have. But yeah. Yeah. So white number 5, pink. Ironically enough, pink Rangers. Why is it that it's almost always either white or red with a little bit of pink, or a multicolor with a little bit of pink in it? It's never a solid pink Zord. Well, we've gotten a solid pink Zord for the toy line, for the toy version of the Shogun Megazord, but that's only because they didn't make the white. They only repainted the white one, the Japanese one, which was white, and even in the show it was white. But when the toy came out in America, that same Zord was pink, which is interesting. But yeah. That is probably I think that's one of the rare times we get a pink, an actual pink one for the Pink Ranger. And it's one of the rare times. Yeah. So, yeah. It was because of that. It was because it was only in the toy line. It wasn't in the show that it happened. Apologize about the dogs barking in the background. There we go. And it also rolls not real well because of when I got on the table here, it kind of interrupts the roll. But so there's 5, 4, and I know this sounds like I'm doing space Power Rangers in space the way that I'm doing this. 3. Ooh, knocked into the table there. 2 and 1. I apologize that I'm so far away from this because it's where I'm doing the review and how the size of the table that I'm using. I think I have to be further back on the camera, but yeah. But anyway, so here we go. I'm going to try and do this as best I can. And I know these will I think it's this direction. I could be wrong. Yeah, I think it is this direction. If not, I apologize. But I know green would then come and get blue, and blue would then drop blue off in here. But because I don't have the little thing, the little cart thing, I have to do it by hand. And even then, I still do it by hand. Okay, I might be wrong about that one. Yeah, because apparently they fit a specific way. Let me try and, let me just try something. Yeah, see, look, it won't fit in here. Because the way it's designed to make sure it fits right. Because I do like that. And when we do this, we have the what they call the walker mode, apparently, where I can walk and use these tops to squirt water. Yeah, it's a little ridiculous, but it's a thing. Then we have this, which won't actually do what it does in the show. I've tried. But pull this forward, pull this back, come over here and pull up on that, push down on that, and unfold the arms, fold them up, turn them around, bring them down, and we'll bring out this thing to here and set it in place like that. Same here, we'll do this one first so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This piece has to sit right here, and then that locks into place. It's not really well, but it creates a nice little setup. Alright, and that clips into here. And those water guns would go back down, would go back here if I had them. They'd go back there again, get to be out of the way. Hold on. Okay, so then this comes here. Take this, pull that up. Take the sled pieces, they go back like this. We'll give it the background noise. These come up, goes forward, and sits down like that. And there we have the Lightspeed Rescue Megazord. Not to be confused with the Rescue Megazord from Turbo, which was ironic that they decided to call it the Lightspeed Rescue when we already had the Turbo Rescue Megazord. But yeah, you can see. Let's turn like that. There. See all that detail. I'll bring it in closer so you guys can see the head, the visor. It's what I like about this. I didn't have to worry about losing the helmet because the helmet is attached. Hands have one articulation, which is right here in the hand, and 360 at the arm. Then here, and if you want to, you do have this joint. Don't know why you would need it, but it's there. Legs are the standard Sentai Ranger Power Ranger legs, which means little to no articulation. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, so that's really it for this. So that's it for the review of the Lightspeed Rescue Megazord. And this is True Prime, signing out. Catch you in the next one.